Hey guys, Level Cap here, and welcome to This Week in Gaming, your weekly news update on everything going on in the world of video games. And this week, Battlefield 6 stumbled with some new content introducing unexpected bugs and balance issues. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 swept the Game Awards, Arc Raiders revealed its winter update, and much more. The Battlefield 6 Winter Offensive update seems like it might have stumbled out of the gate. Players are reporting widespread issues, like being unable to select matchmaking options in the main menu, rubber banding in matches, incorrect ticket counts for some modes, and several other balance concerns and general bugs. These issues have proven severe enough that EA and DICE postponed their competitive RedSec event to next year. It was set to feature an open competition with amateur players competing for $10,000 prizes and Elite Series with professional players competing for a $1 million prize pool. Both events were scheduled to begin this week. The good news is DICE have already issued fixes for a handful of the reported issues like incorrect ticket counts in Conquest, problems with the Winter Offensive Event Pass tier skips not actually working properly, and daily challenge XP rewards not tracking as intended. They've also rolled out early fixes aimed at reducing micro-stuttering on PC, addressing firing range inconsistencies, and made adjustments to the main menu to prevent UI issues from blocking matchmaking options. While several problems are still being investigated, including rubber banding and additional performance concerns, DICE say that more updates are planned as they continue to stabilize the update. If you're interested in a deeper dive going over the new content introduced with the update, stay tuned to the end of this video for my overview. The 2025 Game Awards saw a record-breaking sweep by Clair Obscur Expedition 33. The turn-based RPG won 9 awards, including Game of the Year, Best Art Direction, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Score and Music, Best Independent Game, Best RPG, and Best Debut Game. Jennifer English, the voice actor that portrayed Mael, also won Best Performance. The game was expected to be the night's big winner thanks to basically being one of the most praised games of the year by critics and players. As a thank you to celebrate their victories at the Game Awards, Expedition 33's developers released a free update including some new cosmetics, areas to explore, quality of life improvements, and more. Of course, there was also several big reveals at the Game Awards. Larian Studios, the developers of Baldur's Gate 3, announced Divinity, a new role-playing game positioned as a standalone entry in the Divinity universe rather than a sequel to Divinity Original Sin 2. The game is designed to be accessible to new players while still rewarding longtime fans, and no release window has been announced. Remedy Entertainment revealed Control Resonant, an action-focused RPG set in the Control universe that stars Dylan Faden and expands the series' supernatural themes with a stronger emphasis on melee combat and character progression. The game is currently targeted at a 2026 release. Crystal Dynamics unveiled Tomb Raider Catalyst, which continues Lara Croft's story years after the events of Tomb Raider Underworld, a game from 2008, effectively revisiting the Legend-era timeline. The game follows an older, more experienced Lara and is planned for release in 2027. Bandai Namco also confirmed Ace Combat 8, the next mainline entry in its long-running aerial combat series. The game will feature a full single-player campaign alongside multiplayer modes and is scheduled to launch in 2026. Wildlight Entertainment, a new studio formed by former developers of Titanfall and Apex Legends, announced Highguard, a new free-to-play first-person shooter. The game is described as a PvP raid shooter, which players control unique characters called Wardens, combining mount riding, gunplay, and objective-based combat for area control and base breaching. Highguard is targeting a January 26 release of next year on PC, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series consoles. Arc Raiders is getting a winter update called Cold Snap on the 18th that will convert several of the game's maps to winter weather. It'll offer a new Flickering Flames event, a new Raider deck, and new quests. The day after the update goes live, the game's wipe system called Expeditions will let players wipe their characters to unlock some perks like 12 new inventory slots, some new skill points, and some additional cosmetics, while they otherwise will lose most of their accumulated gear blueprints, and basically all their other progression. Embark also released a small update for Arc Raiders this week that targets several exploitable map issues, including removing a zip line in Stella Montis that allowed players to go out of bounds, fixing a collision problem in Blue Gate, and addressing cases where some players could be shot through geometry. Alongside the patch, Embark is still moving away from a strict weekly hotfix routine, shifting to a less frequent update cadence, and critical issues will still receive immediate attention. Team 17 released a gameplay trailer for Hell Let Loose Vietnam. The upcoming 50v50 tactical FPS takes the original World War II game's hardcore mechanics and translates them to the infamous Vietnamese conflict, adding in helicopters and era-appropriate weaponry. The trailer also showcased some unique features like tunnels across the maps, naval combat, and mortar squads. The game is launching next year for PC and consoles. In response to mounting pressure from UK lawmakers, Rockstar issued a new statement to IGN regarding the situation between them and the 34 employees that they recently terminated for allegedly leaking NDA information via Discord. Many of those employees have alleged that they were fired because Rockstar was trying to stop them from forming a union. The Grand Theft Auto developer says that Rockstar Games took action against a small group of individuals across the UK and internationally who distributed and discussed confidential information, including specific game features from upcoming and unannounced titles, in a public forum in breach of company policy and their legal obligations. The Independent Workers Union of Great Britain responded to Rockstar's latest round of explanations by saying that the statement is littered with falsehoods and disinformations. They go on to say that the statement mischaracterizes workers speaking about their working conditions in a private forum as leaking information. It appears that Star Citizen is getting VR support. The game's latest public test server update included settings to enable VR headsets with full 3D tracking and a whole suite of in-game features. While this update is considered experimental, it sounds like the devs are committed to building full VR support for the game. Some of the future features devs are currently considered include motion controller support, full body tracking, and face and eye tracking. VR support is a huge addition for a game like Star Citizen. For many Elite Dangerous players, VR is the best way to enjoy the game. Star Citizen has dabbled with VR support here and there over the years, but this new implementation goes above and beyond anything that's been possible before. VR support will be added to the live servers whenever the 4.5 update goes live, though still is an experimental feature with more limited support. Call of Duty may be getting a shakeup to its annual release strategy, following reporting that Black Ops 7's opening week sales were 63% lower than Battlefield 6's debut week and more than 50% lower than Call of Duty Black Ops 6 in the same region. Microsoft announced that they won't be launching back-to-back subtitles anymore. Say no more to Black Ops or Modern Warfare titles 2 years in a row. They also admitted that shipping a major franchise like Clockwork every year is a really difficult task. Overall, it's becoming clear that Call of Duty's inherent prominence in the FPS multiplayer scene isn't purely based on brand name recognition anymore. That said, it seems unlikely that Activision will drop the annual release schedule for the franchise. Now, if you guys want to see a deeper dive into the winter update for Battlefield 6, check out this video here. It's got an interesting new game mode, although it's not without its problems, and it'll be interesting to see what DICE has got cooking up for Season 2. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.